So I'm going to let you watch as I make my first Bitcoin purchase. At least I think I'm going to. Let me start out by letting you know I'm not a Bitcoin expert. I'm not a cryptocurrency expert. I have never made a purchase, and I haven't even checked to find out how to buy Bitcoin. I have watched some videos about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general, so I have some awareness of the concept of how it works. And I have enough comfort level that I'm going to purchase an amount of money that I'm comfortable with losing. And as I've been thinking about it, I've thought about how can you lose money with cryptocurrency even if it continues rising in value. Because Bitcoin, as I understand, has risen a lot in value. People have made a lot of money, but I've also heard stories of people who have lost their entire Bitcoin investment. And the losses so far seem to be of that nature, meaning they don't lose because it goes down in value, but they lose because they forgot their password or lost their key. I think it was a private key, something like that. There was a story of one person who had the Bitcoin information on their computer, and then they replaced the computer and they threw out the old one and forgot to retrieve the Bitcoin information. There was a story of a man who wants to pay a huge sum of money to the city waste disposal yard, whatever, and pay to the city to be able to go in and dig around and try to find his old computer, because the value of his cryptocurrency had increased so much. But he can't get to it because he didn't take care to protect his password or the private key, whatever it is that you have to keep track of. So other ways you could lose with cryptocurrency is if the whole industry as a whole just falls, like if some kind of terrorist attack over the entire earth that totally makes computers inoperable. So the entire internet crashes, irretrievable. Well, that would be a full loss of your cryptocurrency. The other thing that I'm thinking is that once you buy an amount of Bitcoin or some other cryptocurrency and it keeps going up in value, how are you ever going to bring yourself to sell that? If it keeps going up at such an increasing rate, if you don't really need that money, shouldn't you just leave the investment run? So it seems to me like once you make a purchase in Bitcoin, and this purchase I'm about to make in Bitcoin, my intention is to never redeem that. Well, is it really an investment if you never redeem it and never spend it? Well, no, it's just figures on paper. Well, not even on paper in this case, it just keeps going up in value. But if you never take it out and spend it, then you haven't made any money, really. So that's a little weird. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe I'll make this Bitcoin purchase today and let that sit for a long, long time until I have some specific purpose for it. Maybe it'll be my grandson's college fund. I don't know. I'm not going to restrict it to that purpose, because maybe in 5 years it'll be up at a huge value and maybe my business will have tanked and I really need the money. So I don't think I'll take it out unless I really need it or really have a purpose for it that I can't fund through any other method. Even I mentioned maybe my grandson's college education. Well, what if by the time he needs that, maybe I have sufficient funds available some other way, and I'd rather let the Bitcoin run. Another way that people could lose it is what if they die and they have not made provision for someone else to retrieve it or to have it. Another thing, my understanding about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is it's like a bearer bond in the sense that whoever has the password can redeem it. So what if if a hacker gets into your computer, finds your cryptocurrency information, and they go redeem it? Well, there you lose the entire value of that. So you have to be educated enough and careful enough for how to protect that information. So even if the value of your cryptocurrency keeps going up, never goes down, you can still lose money. Lots of different ways it can happen. So you have to be careful about it. Again, I'm not a cryptocurrency expert. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't rely on me for advice in this matter. All I'm going to do here is I'm going to let you watch me make my first cryptocurrency purchase. And I don't know how to do it. So you're going to watch me actually try to figure out how to do it. Now, the reason why I'm doing it that way is because that's kind of the nature of my channel and the nature of my work. I'm a computer support technician. I formed my business in 1992. Prior to that, I worked several years for a couple different companies, earning my full-time living off of my computer skills. And my business now for my local clients, mostly business clients, is I support their computer needs. It could be purchasing computers, setting up computers, fixing them when they're not working right, recovering files that have been lost, managing backups, all kinds of stuff that I do for them. So that service is available now from me through YouTube for free, as long as you're willing to come on to a video chat with me, like Zoom is my preference, where we're face to face, and then I connect remotely to your computer and help you through whatever computer issues that you have, whether it's to fix something or to teach you some concept. And most of those sessions, my intention is to live stream them on YouTube. So if you have any uneasiness about trusting me to connect remotely to your computer, you can have trusted friends or family or whoever watching live on YouTube as I'm doing the work. And I expect that there will also be computer technicians who will watch live. And it's a way of validating that I'm being ethical in my interactions with you. I have plenty of ways to blur out private information, protect your private information in these videos, and even if I make a mistake, I can easily edit it to add the blurring or whatever needs to be done. So, and now part of the reason why I specifically did not research how to do this is because a substantial part of my job description, although it's not written down anywhere, is not that I know how to do everything with computers, but that I can figure it out. I can find my way through it. And I refer to that as a general practitioner, computer consultant. Whereas some computer technicians are employed by a large corporation and they have set procedures for everything. And you just have a set way to do it, and it's very rare that they have to figure out how to do something that they've never seen before. But that's my normal workday, is to figure out how to do something I've never seen before. It may not happen every day, but common occurrence. So I'm going to show you how I go about figuring out how to do something I've never done before. In this case, it's going to be make my first purchase of Bitcoin. So I'm going to switch to my second computer over here. Well, I guess I'll give you an idea of what I got set up. That's my computer number 1, computer 2, computer 3. There's a Mac over there. There's a couple other computers over there. I've got 3 cameras around here, so that's the computers on the other side of the desk. A computer over here I'm working on for a client to prepare it. So that gives you a little idea of the setup I have here. So again, back to the second computer and showing me on that camera. So I've got a new tab here opened. Now, I have heard that you can purchase Bitcoin through PayPal. So I'm wondering, does PayPal have a direct way to do it on their website? So I'm going to start by going to PayPal. I think it's paypal.com. Turn my caps lock off. And send money, personal business, developer help. I do have a PayPal account. So I'm going to sign in. I'm going to click on this login button. I'll blur the screen there just for a little bit actually I'm going to take it on this camera and be sure that I'm okay. All right, so there's a PayPal login screen. It's got my account name there, and I'm just going to click next. And then my LastPass is my password manager. It is automatically filled in my password, and I'm clicking on that big blue login button. And now I'm going to bring this back on screen. Save $20 on TurboTax. Now, the PayPal account, my PayPal account, I believe, is free. And here's an advertisement. So things that are free on the internet are generally advertiser supported. So here's an advertisement. And then I've got a button to proceed to account overview. I'm going to click on that. And then this brings me into a screen. I'm just looking around to see if there's anything private here. Not really. Scroll around a little bit. So yeah, I don't see anything here that's private. So I'm going to give you a better view of this screen. So good evening, Douglas. Personalized payment stickers, PayPal balance. I've got a $1.58 credit for some reason. I'm not sure why. Shop in stores using the money in your balance. Cash government. Set a goal. Disney. So I'm not seeing anything here for cryptocurrency. And I'm kind of thinking it's not going to... Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. Crypto. There's a button there for crypto. What's that? Okay, I'm going to switch to camera 3 and click on crypto and see what that takes me to. Oh, how about that? Oh, wonderful. Well, this is going to be just so easy. So here is a buy button for Bitcoin. Shows that it's up by 1.14%. I don't know if that's on the day or week or what. And then there's Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash. I don't know the difference between Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin, and Litecoin. So Bitcoin Cash is up 4.80%. That seems like a lot. What is Bitcoin versus Bitcoin Cash? Well, let's go to a new tab and type Bitcoin VS for versus. And there's a search result or suggestion showing up for Bitcoin Cash, implying that a lot of people search for this. Difference between Bitcoin versus Bitcoin Cash. This is an Investopedia. Bitcoin Cash is thus able to process transactions more quickly than Bitcoin Network, meaning that wait times are shorter and transaction processing fees tend to be lower. The Bitcoin Cash network can handle many more transactions per second than the Bitcoin network can. Okay, kind of makes it sound like Bitcoin Cash is a better choice, but I'm not convinced. Bitcoin Cash is thus able to, oh, that's the same thing. So I'm going to right click on that and then open link in new tab and take a closer look. Investopedia.com sounds like a good place to read about this. Since its inception, there have been many questions surrounding Bitcoin's ability to scale effectively. Transactions involving the digital currency Bitcoin are processed, verified, stored within a digital ledger known as a blockchain. Blockchain is a revolutionary ledger recording technology. It makes ledgers far more difficult to manipulate because the reality of what has transpired is verified by majority rule, not by an individual actor. Additionally, this network is decentralized. It exists on computers all over the world. The problem with blockchain technology in the Bitcoin network is that it's slow, especially in comparison to banks that deal with credit card transactions. Popular credit card company Visa Inc., for instance, processes close to 150 million transactions per day, averaging roughly 1,700 transactions per second. The company's capability actually far surpasses that at 65,000 transaction messages per second. That's in the credit card world. How many transactions can the Bitcoin network process per second? 7 transactions. Right? Really? 7. Transactions can take several minutes or more to process. As the network of Bitcoin users has grown, waiting times have become longer because there are more transactions to process without a change in the underlying technology that processes them. Ongoing debates around Bitcoin's technology have been concerned with this central problem of scaling and increasing the speed of the transaction verification process. Developers and cryptocurrency miners have come up with 2 major solutions to this problem. The first involves making the amount of data that needs to be verified in each block smaller, thus creating transactions that are faster and cheaper, while the second requires making the blocks of data bigger so that more information can be processed at one time. Bitcoin Cash developed out of these solutions. Below, we take a closer look at how Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash differ from one another. So anytime we see this BCH, that's Bitcoin Cash. Takeaways. Bitcoin is limited by transaction processing time, an issue which has caused rifts between factions within the Bitcoin mining and developing communities. Bitcoin Cash was started by Bitcoin miners and developers concerned about the future of Bitcoin cryptocurrency and its ability to scale effectively. While Bitcoin blocks are limited to 1 megabyte, Bitcoin Cash blocks are 8 megabytes. Okay, so here's more information about the two. Oh, look at this. This just looks like another paragraph, right? But right over here, this is sponsored. This right here is an advertisement. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. That just looks like part of the article. It's advertising for financial advisors. That is a display advertisement right there. It looks like it's part of the article. Sneaky. Oh my. What other advertisements are on here? Let's see, there's some Comcast advertisements, 2 of them. Fidelity Women's Leadership Fund. All these down here are advertisements. Down here are related articles. The left-hand panel is a guide to Bitcoin. So that's basically a table of contents. Are those actually links? Yeah, those look like they go somewhere else. Okay, so let's look closer at this. Bitcoin. In July 2017, mining pools companies representing roughly 80% to 90% voted to incorporate technology, removing signature data. Signature data estimates 65% blocks as of February 2019. Average block size, larger block size. September research by cryptocurrency exchange SegWit implementation, increased block size. Okay, Bitcoin Cash is a different story. Bitcoin Cash, started by Bitcoin miners, developed equally concerned future witness technology, SegWit, fundamental problem, scalability, meaningful way, first proposed blockchain process introducing SegWit 2. There were concerns about its introduction, undermines decentralization, democratization. August 2017, some miners developed what is known as hard fork effectively creating new currency, its own blockchain, including one very important distinction. BCH implemented an increased block size of 8 meg to accelerate verification process with adjustable level, ensure chain survival speed regardless, Bitcoin Cash able to process more quickly, handle more transactions, verification time comes downsides. However, with a faster transaction verification time comes downsides as well. One potential issue with a larger block size associated with BCH is that security could be compromised relative to the Bitcoin network. Similarly, Bitcoin remains the most popular cryptocurrency in the world as well as the largest by market cap. So users of BCH may find that liquidity and real-world usability is lower than for Bitcoin. Ha! There it is right there. That's the reason I don't want to do Bitcoin Cash. Liquidity of BCH is lower than for Bitcoin. So it looks like this Bitcoin Cash is actually separate from Bitcoin, which I'm uneasy with. I'd rather stay with the genuine Bitcoin. I don't care that it takes minutes for the transaction instead of seconds. The debate about scalability, transaction process, and blocks have continued beyond the fork, which led to Bitcoin Cash. In November 2018, for example, the Bitcoin Cash network experienced its own hard fork, resulting in the creation of yet another derivation of Bitcoin called Bitcoin SV. Bitcoin SV was created in an effort to stay true to the original vision for Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto described in the Bitcoin white paper, while also making modifications to facilitate scalability and faster transaction speeds. The debate about the future of Bitcoin appears to show no signs of being resolved. That's the advertisement, so I'm not going to go into that. So that's the entire article. There's no additional pages for this article. I'm leaning more towards Bitcoin because I have not heard of this Bitcoin Cash before. So Bitcoin is the leader. I think that's what I want to stick with. And coming down, where is that piece that said these individuals I felt said was some miners. So Bitcoin Cash has its own blockchain. It is different. It is not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the leader, the most widely utilized. And so Bitcoin Cash is not the most widely used. I don't know how different it is in terms of utilization, but it is less liquid. What's this? Why is Bitcoin Cash dropping? Insufficient security and poor conditions for the miners. The number of transactions in the network has dropped from 90,000 to 56,000. This astonishing decline in economic throughput has resulted in lower revenues for the miners. Currently, Bitcoin Cash miners only get 0.05% of revenues from the transaction fees. That's enough troubling information from my point of view. So I'm going to go with Bitcoin and click on buy. Bitcoin, $48,066.87 per Bitcoin. How many Bitcoins do you want to watch me buy? Less than one. It's going to be less than one. Look down here. $5, $20, $100, $500. Those are increments that they're offering right here, it appears. Here's the current estimated value of Bitcoin. You can buy a piece of it for as little as $1. All right? You can buy Bitcoin for $1. tap and drag across the graph to see how the value of Bitcoin has changed over time. So here we're looking at in 24 hours, it's gone up. In the last week, it's gone up. In the last month, well, it went down a little bit here. So the date is showing up here at the top. So that's January 17th, January 20, January 24, 28. So you can see what it's done over, what's that, the last month. February 14th out here at the right side of the graph. The left side of the graph is January 15th. So over the last 6 months, here's what Bitcoin has done. Over the last year, here's what Bitcoin has done. And over all time, here's what Bitcoin has done. So Bitcoin had a spike, and it came back. It has gone through a tremendous spike during since, let's see, the bottom of this ramp right here is September 6th or somewhere around there. It's hard to get on it. October. So that's about 6 months. So let's go back and look at this 6 months. So here, December, November. Yeah, so here's when it started this really steep growth. Now, it doesn't look so steep when you're looking at 6 months, but when you go to all, this looks horrendously steep. Now, it could keep going up like a rocket ship, or it could come back down. So whatever amount I'm about to buy, I'm willing to lose a substantial amount of it. I'm thinking, whoops, now I'm going to stay logged in. Let's go back and go on this all. I'll look at 1 year again, 6 months. Okay, so at least 500. I might do 1,000. I don't want to do $5 or $20 because if that, let's say if the $20, if it goes up 5 times, 500%, that's $100. Sorry, that's not going to excite me. But if I do 500 and it goes up 500%, that'll be $2,500. That's kind of interesting. If I do 1,000 and it goes up 500%, that'll be $5,000. That'll be interesting. Am I saying that right? 500%? 100% adds 2 zeros. No, if it goes up, oh, my brain's frying. If it goes up 500 will be 5,000 if it goes up 10%. If it goes up 100%, it'd be 50,000. 100 grows 100%, doubles, whatever. When I start doing a live recording, my mind for math just crashes. So if I click on the 500, let's confirm some info before you buy. You need only do this once. I'm going to cancel out of this. Is there really not a way to choose 1,000 here? Bitcoin. Now if I select Bitcoin Cash up here, it's the same buy increments. Oh, this is interesting. You can see what's happened. Let's look. Look what's happened over all time. It went up really big and it just has not recovered. What's that date back there? August 13th, 2017. Over the last year, it's gone up, but is it going to keep going up? I don't think I trust it to. I'm not going to look at Litecoin and Ethereum. I don't have any awareness of those. So it's going to be the 500. About Bitcoin. Introduced innovations that showed crypto could someday be as commonly used as cash and credit. It set off a revolution that has since inspired thousands of variations on the original. Someday soon you might be able to buy just about anything and send money to anyone using Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies. Now that's a good point to give. You can't use Bitcoin to buy very much. So what's it like to actually sell your Bitcoin? you've got to be able to sell your Bitcoin. As I understand, there's only a limited amount of Bitcoin that is in the marketplace. It seems to me there was like 21 million, and that there will never be any more Bitcoin. So as long as there are people willing to buy Bitcoin, then whoever's willing to sell, that's going to determine a price between them. If everybody who owns Bitcoins decides they want to unload it and sell it all, then the value is going to crash. The only way it's going to keep increasing in value is as long as people believe that it will hold its value. It's a totally belief-based concept. There's no gold behind it. There's nothing tangible behind it at all. It only exists because people choose to buy it, believing it will go up in value. It goes up in value only if there are more people that want to buy it than want to sell it. So it could drop off the face of the earth in value. All right, so I don't see a way to do 1,000 here. I don't see a way to scale up. So I'm going to click on 500. And then let's confirm some info before you buy. So switch to camera 3, because I don't know what's going to come up next. All right, read through this. PayPal cryptocurrencies, terms and conditions. You'll now be able to buy, sell, and hold crypto with PayPal. Sell. It says right there, I can sell it. So it's apparently I can sell it through PayPal just as easily as buy it. Remember, the value of crypto can be volatile, and the value of your crypto purchases can significantly decrease. Make sure buying crypto is right for your financial situation. Again, $1,000 if that's what I wind up doing, or 500. If I lose all of that, I'm okay. It's not going to put me into any kind of a crisis. And because cryptocurrency and Bitcoin specifically has been so much in the news lately, and it's gone up so much in value, and it sounds like even institutional investors might start dipping their toe into it. If they do that, it could really take off like a rocket ship. Such that makes this phenomenal growth in the recent months just minor. Since crypto purchases and sales aren't reversible, do your research and make decisions carefully. Cryptocurrencies cannot be used to send money or pay for goods and services on PayPal. Cryptocurrencies are not stocks, and the cryptocurrency market is not regulated like the stock market. Cryptocurrency assets are also not protected against losses that result from a decline in cryptocurrency value. Buying, selling, and holding cryptocurrencies is not regulated in many states, including California. I'm in California. By pressing agree, and I suppose if you go onto your PayPal site from some other state, it'll probably refer to your state there. By pressing agree and continue, you confirm that you have read and agreed to the e-communication delivery policy, which provides that PayPal is an online service and that you will receive all account notices and information electronically via your primary email address. You have also read and agreed to the PayPal cryptocurrencies terms and conditions and privacy statement. So potentially, here's another possibility. I'm not sure yet if this Bitcoin that I'm about to purchase is really tied to my PayPal account. So what happens if I forget my PayPal password, or if somehow my PayPal account becomes inaccessible? So just pointing out, there are ways to lose this. What if a hacker discovers my PayPal password? Could they then sell off my cryptocurrency and gain access to that money? Serious ways you could lose. So you've got to be aware and protect your purchase. So we're going to find out, I think, how I'm going to go about doing that. So agree and continue. Let's go to camera 3. When I click on agree and continue, all right, nothing private here. Account info confirmed. You're all set up. So apparently it just did some kind of confirmation, and that message disappeared pretty quickly. Maybe it disappeared in response to me moving my mouse. I hope it's not just a time thing, because a person might not notice it. Buy Bitcoin, enter an amount or choose an amount. So I can enter an amount. You can buy as little as $1 Bitcoin, and there's a next button. I'd really rather do 1,000. And then click the next button, camera 3 again. All right, so here, choose a payment method. I could link a new debit card, or link a new bank account, or use this checking account. I'm kind of, I have privacy.com credit cards, which is a, what do they call it? Virtual credit card. And it draws from my bank account, the same bank account that PayPal could do. And I'm just questioning, should I do this on a privacy.com credit card? The thing I like about that, it gives me another tracking method, paper trail. My bank account, I could always go back and look at my banking statements, but I don't know if that retains the same amount of information. I think I'm going to do this with a privacy.com credit card. And it's probably useful to show this on a YouTube video. So if you're doing this off of your PayPal account, you'd be choosing whatever method you choose to use from your PayPal account. So I'm going to link a new debit card. Privacy.com cards can function as debit cards or credit cards. Well, now wait a minute, is that true? Well, let's find out. I'm not really certain. So camera 3, link a new debit card. And here it's got a place for me to put in my debit card number, select a card type, expiration date, security code, and billing address. So up here, this P is my privacy.com link to access that. So I'm going to go to camera 3 again, click on that P, and that should take me into my privacy.com. And here's what it shows. It gives me an option for a nickname and a spending limit and a place to create a card. So I'm going to put in a nickname, Bitcoin via PayPal. So that's the name of this credit card. Save that. And the spending limit is set for no limit. I'm going to change that to, I'm going to, let's see, per month, the highest I can go is 500. Per year, also 500. Total. No, I can't do, let's see, per charge, can I do 1,000? I can't do 1,000 any of those ways. So I'm going to say no limit. I'm not entirely certain that privacy.com will let me do $1,000 on one purchase. So the funding source here, I'm going to go to camera 3. I'm clicking on that. Yeah, so here I can choose my business checking account or my personal checking account. I'm going to use my personal checking account for this because it's not a business expense. And then I click on this Create Card button. Camera 3. And then there's a Confirm. So what I have to do is I have two-factor authentication for my privacy.com account. So I have to go on my phone over here to the authenticator app that I have set up for privacy.com. And I'm not sure if it's my LastPass authenticator. No, it's not. So I'll try this authenticator, and yeah, there's privacy.com. So it shows me a number, and I type in that number here, 971296. That number expires soon. I'm not going to remember this device. Oops, I might have been too late on that. Nope, it's still okay. So that gives me a debit card number and an expiration date, and puts in a security code, and it has my address. So that debit card number, if you try to make a charge off of that, it won't work. It's only going to work off of my authenticated account. So I'm going to link that card to my PayPal account here, and that shows you linked your Visa prepaid 1887. That's the last four digits of that card. And then click Done. And I got a message, looks like something went wrong. We're having trouble loading this page. Refresh the screen and try again. So here's a refresh button, and I'm on the PayPal screen. So here it took me back to current value of your crypto. So that did not go through. And I'm thinking it might have been because I waited too long while I was trying to describe what was happening. I'm not sure. So I'm going to go back to buy again. Now, none of those screens had private information. So I'm just going to click buy, and then 500. And then your Visa is now linked to your PayPal, but can't be used to purchase crypto. Try adding another debit card or bank account. So that card cannot be used to buy crypto. All right, so I'll click OK on that, and I'll go choose, this is my personal checking account. I'll click on that. I'm sure that's not going to expose any private information. No, it didn't. And then I'll click the next button. And then let's see, you're buying, transaction fee, that all looks fine. So here's what this is. Review and buy. Shows the bank account that I'm charging this to. You're buying that amount of Bitcoin, 0.02, 0.06 of Bitcoin. And that number is changing because the value of Bitcoin is changing by the second. Exchange rate is showing how much it's currently available. So that it's currently worse, so that number is changing. And then the price is $1,000. Transaction fee is $18. Transaction fee is based on the purchase amount. So I don't know if it's a straight percentage or what. You pay $1,018. Exchange rate includes a spread and refreshes frequently until you buy or sell. So I'm about to click on buy. I'll go to camera 3, and that number is changing. I'm not going to watch it and try to click it when it's worth more or less. That's just silliness. How much is it changing? So it's changing by way down here in the last 2 digits of that number. So that's really a fraction of a percent. Here's the buy now button. Oh, that congratulations on your purchase only lasted for a brief amount of time. I had no idea I was going to do that. All right, so I have made that purchase. Your Bitcoin current value, it has gone down in value since my purchase. Is that what that means? Your Bitcoin owned. So this is the amount of Bitcoin that I own, and that's its current value. If I click on the sell button right here, I could sell it. It's just that easy. And I'm on my PayPal page. So up here in the upper left, if I click on this left arrow, that should take me out of this crypto section back to my PayPal screen. Okay, and you've seen this before. So here is showing the value of my Bitcoin. So if I just come into my PayPal screen, it's going to show me right here the value of my crypto. And now I'm not on my home page for PayPal. Let's see what happens when I go back further. I say it's not showing up anything private, so I'm just clicking on the PayPal icon. So here's my main PayPal, and here's a recent activity. And so the recent activity may change over time, but if I click on crypto right here, I think it's going to show me the current value of my Bitcoin. Sure enough, I can come back into here any day and see where it is at. So I think that's all there is to this. This was easier than I anticipated. The video was longer, let's see, 46 minutes, but I read through some pages and I talked through some things. If you just wanted to buy it, just go into your PayPal account, click on that crypto, bada boom, bada bing. It's a quick, easy thing. So this is not the normal thing that I'm intending to be doing on my channel. I'll be doing some, I'll call this a tutorial style video, but what I want most of my videos to be is where I'm providing computer support to people using Zoom and using YouTube live streams to help with issues on computers. So if you have some issue that you'd like me to help with, you might want to go watch some of my videos where I am actually helping people with their computer issues. I have several of those videos. You know what? Let me show you how to find those. So I'm just going to come back here to my computer number 2, and I'll go to YouTube. I'm going to show you a couple different ways to find it. So if you go to YouTube, and then in the search field up here at the top, type LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts and press enter. It should show you, here's my channel icon, here's some videos. You're looking for videos where there's 2 people in the thumbnail in order to watch a session where I'm helping somebody. You could also go into my channel icon, click on this one, and then click on videos right here. This is going to show you my full list of videos, and it shows the most recent and then older and older and older. So the videos that have myself and somebody else, like this one, and then here's these 2, and then here's some videos with other people. So that's how you can go watch a video and see what it's like when I am helping somebody. Another way to do it is to go to my website. Type in your address bar, LiveWindowsTraining.com. Now it showed up there in the auto suggest because I've gone to that website before, but you'll have to type the whole thing out and press enter. It should take you straight to the website. If you get to search results, be sure you click on the one that has LiveWindowsTraining.com. And then here it lands on this Start Here page, and right here is a link for the YouTube channel. If you click on that, it takes you straight in to my YouTube channel to that list of videos. Well, no, it took you to home, so you have to click on videos. So anyway, that's 2 ways to get there. So if you'd like to request a session, send an email to me, DougBetts@LiveWindowsTraining.com. The address is on your screen right now. Give me an idea in the body of the email what you want help with, and I'll reply to that, and we'll put it all together. Now, today is February 14th, 2021. Happy Valentine's Day. If several months down the road, if my channel gets real busy, I might have some other method to request a session. And the way you find that is by going to this website. And it's just, 5 paragraphs. That's all that's on the landing page. Those 5 paragraphs are going to give you an orientation to what the current status is of my YouTube channel and how to request a session. So let's cut it off there. Thanks for watching the video. I hope it was useful to you. Have a great day. See you later. Goodbye.